Hi all. So we're going to talk about the two most common types of issues in 3.5. Now, one thing that's important to note here is that there are similar questions to 11 and there are similar questions to 37, but the rules apply to everything in that range. So instead of going over 10 problems that one or two people asked about, I'm going to talk about their similarities while we go through these two problems. So for number 11, we have two mixed numbers and we have a substitution. Now the first thing you'll notice is this is 3.5 plus x, where x is equal to negative 2 7/8. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug that number in, and then I want to make sure that I'm thinking about that negative, because when I plug that in, I get plus a negative. And when we add a negative number, that's the same as subtraction. So I'm going to start from this space of 3.5 minus 2 7/8. Now there's a couple different ways to do this problem. I'm going to just turn them into fractions and add them like that. So that means here, I'm going to multiply by the 2 and then add 1 here to get our numerator, which is 6 plus 1, 7, minus here, 16/8 plus 7/8 is 23/8. And the reason I'm doing that is that in order to add and subtract fractions, we need a common denominator, meaning we need the same number on the bottom here. So right now we have 2 and 8, which means I want to multiply that 2 by 4. And if I multiply the denominator, I need to multiply the numerator, and that gives us the equivalent question, 28 over 8 minus 23 over 8. Now once we have the common denominator, we leave the denominator the same as we go on, but then we add and subtract the tops. So this is 28 minus 23, which is how you get your final answer of 5 over 8, as it says in the back of the book. So common things to check for: make sure you're simplifying your negatives, make sure you're converting your mixed numbers correctly, and make sure you are using a common denominator. All right, so check those errors if you're having those with 11. Now I'm going to erase this, so if you want to pause you can, and I'm going to then look at number 37. So this is from the review. Number 37 is an evaluate problem. It's a review problem, and it asks, what is negative 8 times negative 5 minus 6? Now the big thing, so like 37, 39, and 41, the main thing is you have to follow your order of operations, which means parentheses first. This is going to be the big one. So the first thing I'm going to ask myself, what is negative 5 minus 6? Now this is something that was really a struggle for a lot of us. At the beginning of the year, we've gotten a lot better, which is fantastic. But remember, if you're stuck on a problem like this, you could think about it on a number line. We're starting at negative 5 here, because that's the first number, and then we're going minus, so we're going this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, because minus is this direction, 6. Where do we end up? We end up at negative 11. Negative 5 minus 6 is negative 11 inside the parentheses, and then we have negative 8. And when they're pressed up against each other like this, this is a multiplication problem. So now we're at negative 8 times negative 11. The two negatives cancel out and give us a positive number, and that's positive 8 times 11, which is 88. So if you're stuck on 37, 39, or 41, order of operations, parentheses first. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I'll talk to you later.